right, here I am again, back again. Yeah, he recorded. Thank God. So yeah, continuing the cons. Another con is that um okay, so this one is the real deal. You get pressured into manipulate or extend calls. And I'm gonna explain what I mean by this. So in my specific company, and I believe a lot of companies might work like this as well. I had experience with, for instance, okay, what do I mean? I once was contacted by a staff member, a management staff member, right? Talking about asking me, oh, what happened, if there is any issue, da da da, why are my calls so short? And I'm like, I'm confused because clients sometimes they just hang up the phone, and you're not really in control of of when the client is going to hang up the phone call, because a lot of things can happen. Um, and then he's like, oh, he gave me an advice to kind of make the client talk more, to make them to give them, feed them, so they can keep talking, so they'll stay longer on the line. And I'm like, be for real. So these things can happen, okay? I know that business is business, but the way I work, that's not the way I work. That's not the way I work. And I told him I work with integrity. I don't work like that. Okay? From apart from the fact that I don't have control over the clients, hanging up the phone call, I work with honesty. All right. And then what I figured was like, because then most recently I had another management, right, calling me again, another management team or staff member calling me to tell me that, out of the blue, calling me to tell me that, oh no, why is it that do I if I know that calls must be 11 minutes minimum? And I'm like, is that a new policy? Is that written somewhere? Because I've worked yesterday, or I've been working with you guys for like what, up to 8 months. And the last time that the other management told me that to extend calls with clients, I kind of was straightforward with him. So now you calling me out of the blue to tell me that if I know that there is a minimum time frame to be on the phone with the client. And she's like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna listen to your calls, and I'm gonna take you out of the line for now, and I'm gonna give you advice later on. And I'm like, listen, I work with integrity. I don't work with, I'm not here to exploit people, because this is real life. This is a spiritual job that I do, that I was called to do. All right, it's not about the money per se. Is because I'm here to help people. Now, another thing is that in this specific company, you're not allowed to hang up phone calls as well, right? So what happens is the power is in the client's hands, right? And this is going to tie me to my other con, which is that some clients, they just rude. So you have to deal with that as well. So you have to have thick skin. This is not for the hearted guys. You have to have thick skin, because clients will just hang up the phone on you when they're not happy with the answer that you're giving them, because for whatever reason they might feel sensitive, or they were not expecting to hear that, or they come with their expectations, or simply they think that you're lying, or I don't know, they just sometimes, or they just have to go, or they're not patient, whatever reason, and you are not in control of that. So what I came to the conclusion was, so the reason why the management was telling me to kind of extend the call, or there's a limit, a time frame to be on the phone, was because after my research, I found out that some companies, they have like free a free time frame when the clients call, right? So let's say the first 5 minutes is free for the client. So it makes sense that the client, most of the times, they're gonna want to get that response within that time frame, right? So they know if they wish to top up after that, then yes, they can do so. But most of them, obviously, they want to kind of save their money. And I had actually clients that told me like, oh, I have to be quick because I only have like 8 minutes, but I never kind of connected the dots. It's just only after I had this manager calling me, for the second time, and I'm like, then I started, okay, I understand now. So yeah, another con is, yeah, talking about management. Management can be rude. Management can be really rude, okay? Because first of all, you're not seeing them, they're not seeing you. You are also on the phone, okay? In my case, it's everything is on the phone, all right? So you don't know who they are. They know who you are because you have to send your paperwork and everything, so they know who you are. So it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, okay? So they can also be a bit insensitive. It can be insensitive because sometimes when clients are rude to you, you have to report them. Okay, since you cannot hang up the phone call, you have to report them to the management, right? And sometimes they are just insensitive. They have poor emotional support. It's like it's like when you call them, when you call the support team line, it's like you are bothering them. Very rude. I found it in my experience, at least. So be mindful of these things, guys. What else? Yeah, so basically you are treated like a number. I feel like this is not specific to this job, right? I feel like it's in general. It's the system, technically. So yeah. Another con is that I'm gonna what's it called? I'm gonna keep repeating this. You need to have thick skin. You need to have thick skin because clients will test you. Clients will test your patience. Because I'm gonna tell you a few of my experiences. I had clients that called me nigger. I had clients that told me that they wish I died, right? Because for whatever reason, they just call you. Some clients just call you to harass you. Literally, they're gonna call you to just harass you, not because they need help, not because of whatever. They just want to harass you and be abusive. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can get any type of client. I had clients as well that this is not really a con, but I had a client that was in distress, that was crying. Okay, that was really crying. So you have to know how to deal with these things. Other clients will be thinking like you're lying. Obviously, if you are a tarot reader that is not that doesn't have integrity, right? They might be right, they might be wrong, but if you have integrity, you're gonna feel like this is a con, right? Clients will come and they just be doubting your readings. But then I had clients that also, the same clients that doubted my readings, they later on came back again and said that, oh no, you were right, I didn't trust you, but then things happened the same way that you said and everything. So these things can happen, okay? And this is like a pro at the same time, because you have clients that are actually decent, they are discerning, and they are they have a good heart, and they just really need the help, right? You can have also clients that they'll be comparing you to other tarot readers. They'll be like, oh, but I called someone else and they told me this and that. So you need to also set boundaries. Okay, this is very important. Set boundaries with clients, because some of them, they're gonna try to do the most, and you have to make them understand that you're not the one. No, you don't have to be rude, right? You just have to make them understand there is a line that they need to respect. Okay, I'm gonna do part 3 now because my time is up. Okay, all right guys, I'll see you in my next video.